Cash assistance for B40 group and BPR recipients. Allocation for COVID-19 immunization program increases. Welcome to Updates at Noon. I'm Brendan Lepore. A total of 1.2 billion ringgit will be allocated to provide loss of income assistance to 2.4 million people, including those in the B40 group and Bantuan Prihatin Rakyat (BPR) recipients. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said the aid was among the initiatives under the strategic program to empower the people and economy, perkembangan, to assist those who have lost their income.
Jadi bantuan tunai secara one-off sebanyak RM500 diberikan pada golongan B40 yang telah hilang pendapatan. Dan bayaran tambahan sebanyak RM500 diberikan pada penerima BPR yang berpendapatan RM1,000 dan ke bawah. Kedua-dua kategori ini melibatkan penerima berumur 21 hingga 60 tahun dan tidak melibatkan proses pendaftaran permohonan.
The Prime Minister explained that the payments will be made to their bank accounts after confirmation on their loss of income and cross-checking made through the systems of the Inland Revenue Board, Employees Provident Fund (EPF), and Social Security Organisation (SOCSO). He said for individuals declared bankrupt, the Malaysian Insolvency Department would facilitate their dealings in receiving government assistance with the banks. The government has decided to increase its allocation for the national COVID-19 immunization program from 3 billion to 5 billion ringgit. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said the decision was made so that the herd immunity target can be achieved by December compared to the earlier projection of the first quarter of next year.
Untuk mencapai sasaran ini, seramai 15,000 petugas akan ditempatkan di hampir 950 pusat pemberian vaksin atau PPV di seluruh negara. Mengambil kira pertambahan tugas tersebut, kerajaan bersetuju bantuan khas COVID-19 dengan kadar RM200 sebulan dipanjangkan kepada petugas penjawat awam yang terlibat dalam program imunisasi di PPV berkenaan.
Taking into account the implementation of the National Immunization Program, the Prime Minister said the enforcement of a blanket movement control order, MCO, may not be needed in the future. He added that the government's strategy to curb the spread of COVID-19 will involve a more targeted approach based on science and data to reduce the negative impact on the country's economic activities. He said the movement control will only be enforced according to locality and focus only on clusters involved. A COVID-19 vaccination badge will be issued to those who have received their second vaccine dose. Now, Health Minister Dr. Sri Dr. Adam Baba said the badge is in addition to the digital certificate they can download on the MySejahtera app. The Health Minister said the name and MyCard number of the vaccinated individual will also be printed on the badge.
Setakat ini tak boleh ditiru lah. Dia ada kod-kod yang selamatan lah, yang boleh kita jaga. Kerana dia melibatkan berjuta orang nanti akan menggunakan badge ini untuk keperluan masa depan.
As of yesterday, there were 346,508 individuals who have received their first vaccine dose, or 69.3% of the targeted 500,000 individuals in the first phase. While 5.742 million people have registered as vaccine recipients through MySejahtera, which is 23.7% out of 24.3 million Malaysian residents aged 18 and above. Another 20,705 frontliners in the country have received the COVID-19 vaccine under Phase 1 of the National COVID-19 Immunization Program, or PICK. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said this brings the total number of individuals vaccinated to 367,213 nationwide as of yesterday. According to the Health DG, Selangor topped the list of total number of vaccinations by state at 45,854. Now this is followed by Perak at 42,227 and Sabah 36,443. He also said that 6 individuals have been given a second dose of the vaccine, including the Prime Minister, Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister yesterday renewed his call for the people to register for the National COVID-19 Immunization Program.
Vaksin makin lama makin bertambah, diterima oleh pihak Kementerian Kesihatan. Di seluruh negara kita sudah mula bekalkan. Jadi dengan cara begitu, siapa yang sudah mendaftar ikut keutamaan tadi, mereka akan diberikan suntikan. Lebih cepat mereka dapat suntikan, lebih terjamin kesihatan mereka, dan mungkin dengan cara begitu kita dapat menurunkan kes COVID di negara kita dengan lebih pantas dan sekaligus boleh memulihkan kehidupan kita seperti sedia kala dan juga ekonomi negara kita seberapa cepatnya boleh.
Apart from the MySejahtera app, the government has also launched a special website and provided a hotline for the people to register. Several stalls and small-time traders' shops at the Dato Kramat wet market along Jalan Kramat Dalam at the federal capital were destroyed after being engulfed in flames earlier yesterday evening. A statement by the Kuala Lumpur Fire and Rescue Department, Bomba, detailed how they were alerted to the fire just before 5:30 p.m, where up to 15 assets along with 58 firefighters were dispatched to the scene. Senior Operations Commander Muhammad Fahmi Abdul Rahim said that investigations are still underway to ascertain the extent of damages caused by the flames. He said that when the fire trucks arrived at the scene, they found the fire had engulfed a row of shops, estimated to be at least 10 times 15 square feet. He also said that the structure of the stalls, which were situated close to each other, and the possibility of there not being any fire-retardant walls installed, caused the fire to spread rapidly to the neighboring shops. Senior Operations Commander Muhammad Fahmi added that the flames were finally put out at around 6:30 p.m, with no casualties reported from the incident. The cause of the incident is still under investigation. The police yesterday exposed an online gambling syndicate running operations at 2 apartment units in Subang Avenue, Subang Jaya, Selangor. Subang Jaya Deputy Police Chief Superintendent Amihizam Abdul Syukur said the premises were rented by the gambling syndicate and turned into call centers for their illicit activities. Elaborating further on the arrest, Superintendent Amihizam said the raid led to the arrest of 7 men and 2 women, all Vietnamese aged between 21 and 40, at the 6th floor and 11th floor of the apartment building. He said they are believed to offer online gambling services to customers through Facebook and Zalo. He also said that the syndicate was believed to have begun operating at the premises 3 months ago, and staff members were paid a salary of about 1,200 ringgit to 2,000 ringgit. The Subang Jaya Deputy Police Chief added that 7 computers, 23 mobile phones, a router, a modem that were used for the illegal activities were seized during the raid, while all the suspects will be brought to the Shah Alam Court for a remand order. The case is currently being investigated under Section 4, Subsection 1, Subsection A, Section 4, Subsection 1, Subsection C, and Section 4, Subsection 1, Subsection G of the Common Gaming Houses Act 1953, and also Section 6, Subsection 1, Subsection C of the Immigration Act for not having valid travel documents. Selangor FC dented the pride of 7-time Super League champions Johor Darul Tazim JDT by holding them to a 1-1 draw at Stadium Sultan Ibrahim in Iskandar Putri last night. The Red Giants shocked the hosts by taking the lead in the 7th minute when imported striker Ifedaya Olusegun curled the ball into the net off a pass from Swiss player Oliver Buff. JDT did not take long to respond as their new Brazilian import Bergson da Silva converted a short pass from the left by Gonzalo Gabriel Cabrera to equalize in the 11th minute. JDT could have gone ahead in the 14th minute, but Cabrera failed to convert a penalty kick, which was awarded after Muhammad Ashmawi Mat Yakin brought down winger Arif Aiman Mohamed Hanapi in the penalty box. In the second half, the Southern Tigers also wasted another scoring opportunities when the Silva spot kick was pushed out by Khairul Azan. Despite the draw, the defending Super League champions remain at the top of the table with 10 points from 4 matches, while Selangor stay in 5th place on 5 points. Youth and Sports Minister Datuk Sri Rizal Nainal Merican has hinted that the government could soon give permission for supporters to watch sports events live at the stadium. Now, the announcement, which has been highly anticipated by sports fans and especially football supporters in the country, is expected to be made by Senior Minister Security Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob today.
I don't want to do prematurely, saya tak mahu mendahului, tapi insyaAllah pengumuman besok akan sebagaimana saya umumkan dulu, kita kemukakan 10% minimum, tentu kita nak buat POC dan kemungkinan juga kawasan yang berstatus PKPP akan menyaksikan jumlah yang jauh lebih tinggi.
Datuk Sri Rizal Merican said the recommendations and standard operating procedures SOP presented by the Ministry to the National Security Council MKN were generally well received, although there were some parties that held reservations. The minister added that the important thing is that he wanted to see an early start to boost football with the return of spectators to the stadium. He said this after observing the compliance of standard operating procedures SOP in the Malaysia Hockey League competition and the launch of the National Hockey Development Program (NHDP) logo at the National Hockey Stadium in Bukit Jalil last night. On another note, Datuk Sri Rizal Merican will direct the Malaysia Stadium Corporation (BSM) to provide a report on the condition of the main pitch at the National Hockey Stadium in Bukit Jalil. The synthetic field, which had been overhauled prior to the 2017 SEA Games, had experienced a problem that led the Malaysia Hockey League (MHL) match between PDRM Blue Warriors and Uni KL Ladies to be moved to pitch 2. He said the situation should not have occurred. Moreover, considering the fact it had just been repaired in early 2019, prior to the International Hockey Federation (FIH) Men's Series Finals, which is one of the qualifying events for the Tokyo Olympics.
Saya akan arah PSM untuk beri laporan secara detail. Memang benar bahawa stadium ini mungkin tidak diguna dalam tempoh setahun kerana soal pelaksanaan PKP, tapi that does not give any excuse lah, but stadium must not be under a proper maintenance. Ini pun apapun saya nak akan dapat maklumat dan juga laporan daripada PSM. But I hope that this thing can be resolved. Sama ada ia disebabkan oleh padang ataupun disebabkan oleh drainage.
The minister, however, praised the commitment and compliance of the Malaysian Hockey Confederation and the teams in making the MHL a success through the sports bubble concept covering almost 500 individuals without any problems. The improved National Hockey Development Program (NHDP) will have 50 centres for the men's category and 20 for women's category through a new 4-tier structure, namely the Grassroots Centre B12, District Centre B14, State Centre B16 and National Centre B18. That concludes today's edition of Updates at Noon. In our top story, cash assistance for B40 Group and BPR recipients. Tune in to News at 10, coming up at 10 p.m. on saluran Berita RTM on My Free Views channel 123. You can also stream the news by surfing RTM Click. I'm Brendan Lepal. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to TV2.